Yo, Keith, fire him up. Yo, welcome to the Cul de Sac Football Podcast. My name is Curtis. I'm a Manchester United fan. Of course, I'm joined by my co-host, Keenan Brown. He's a Chelsea supporter. What is going on, my dog?
Man, what's not going on, bro? what's not going on out here, dude?
Chelsea are in a bit of a mess. There's a lot going on with Chelsea, especially after that first week. We'll go in more detail about the game. We're going to talk here in a second about exactly what happened before the game and everything about that. We have a jam-packed show for you guys today because we're going to be talking about some topical news, a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world of football, but we're also going to jump into the first Premier League weekend, I should say. A lot of drama, a lot of great results, a lot of losers, a lot of winners, a lot of crazy things going on. And then we're going to jump into transfer news, finishing off the show. So I know that sounds like not a lot, but there is a lot. It's like you got 3 burgers and they're all just full of all the veggies, meats, everything. It is just so much going on. But let's jump right into it, Key, man. Let's jump right into it. So if you guys haven't heard, and I'm pretty sure if you are a football fan, you have heard, before the Chelsea game, we'll start off with, of course, Chelsea and the Raheem Sterling situation. Before the Chelsea Manchester City game, there was about an hour away. There was a statement from Sterling's camp, basically saying that he's contracted to Chelsea for the next 3 years. His camper basically saying that he had a good preseason with the coach, and he is all about Chelsea and the fans, and that they are just looking for clarity why he was left out of not just the starting 11, but the whole match day squad. That's what they want clarity on. This came out an hour before the match happened. A lot of people have loads of opinions on it. Key, you are the Chelsea supporter. I'm going to let you lead on this one. Man. What is Raheem Sterling thinking?
I was conflicted like Kendrick, you know what I mean? Like strongly conflicted because Raheem Sterling, he's just one of those players that he's so experienced in across, the league, European tournaments. He's won. His stats are up there for how, it is what it is. But, he's on them wages, man. And with the new coach, I'm just super surprised he was left off the squad initially. I was like, dang, like just for like who he is at the stature, the reputation he has at the club, being the big brother in the dressing room and a respected guy. He's a solid dude. But to not be in the squad, period, initially I was like, come on. And then just the timing with the camp, releasing that statement before the game, I don't think that was a good decision, man. That just wasn't a good decision. You put the team in a spot. I mean, yourself, you're already in a spot.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you've been training, you feel like you can help the team. How many football players you think feel that way? Conor Gallagher, he didn't say nothing. He was in Madrid for 4 to 5 days. Got sent back, then got sent back to Madrid. He said nothing. Trevor Chalobah said nothing. These guys have said nothing. What are you, you're not the first guy.
To the point I was going to make is like Ben Chilwell is in the exact same boat as you.
And come on, dude.
Didn't say
anything. And it's just it's a tough part of professional sports. But you can't say anything. And how Maresca handled the situation, I'm with him. I mean, you have a lot of guys in that locker room, like we said last pod. It's 44 guys. In practice, 11. You got 20 other guys that's not playing, bro. And I just like how we came out and said, look, nothing against the dude. He's nice. He's good. But I'm not managing 40 players. I got my 22. That's what. And then, there goes your clarity. He said he was transparent with everybody. And the team still did what they did fine. Then they're going to ask my man about it, and he gave it to him straight. So I appreciate that from him. That showed a lot of what's going on. But Raheem, man, good luck to you. You know, good luck to you. I mean, he's probably going to be here for a while. He don't go on loan. It's going to take a while to get him out of here because that contract is fat, dude. And we still
Mhm.
to the end of his contract, he still owed like 48 million. So sorry about you, bro.
Yeah, and that's kind of been one of the things that have contributed to kind of the situation that Chelsea's in, the contracts situation that they've handled, how they handled a lot of the contracts that they've put out. I agree with you in a lot of ways, Key. There's just so many different layers you can come at this whole situation. Of course, we've had something similar on the Manchester United side. And before I continue, man, my kit though.
Hey, bro.
1996 Rangers kit with the flicked up collar now, because yeah,
Dollar, look at him. Look at
my
him.
grandma's probably loving it. Hi, grandma. I got your old school Rangers kit on. No, just just for the football historians. Yeah,
I'm about to say,
1996.
why'd you put that on, man? Like, what's
I
up?
don't know, man. I feel like a lot of these football clubs need to return to their roots and and need to remember that you guys might be a bunch of overpaid tattoo wearing losers, but you guys play for such historic clubs that mean so much to people and fans, football fans around the world, and you guys kind of sometimes you got to remember that. Um for Raheem Sterling. So I'm going to read a little bit of the statement.
For sure.
Okay, so Raheem Sterling is contracted to Chelsea for the next 3 years. Which when I read that, I said, "Oh my god, wow, that's a lot of. There's still a lot of time on his contract." He returned to England 2 weeks early to conduct individual training and has had a positive preseason under the new coach. To me, that resembles a lot of the Jadon Sancho situation, where Jadon Sancho was saying, "Well, and Jadon Sancho was talking for himself. This wasn't his team like with Raheem Sterling. This is his team talking."
Right.
To me, Key, that is an opinion of either the player or his team,
And
his
you know,
publicist.
I watched the preseason. I
Yeah,
watched.
yeah.
So that
And
team talk.
whether it's true or not, that is coming from you. Maresca didn't say that, right? That's the only opinion that matters is the coach and the coaching staff and the people above you. It's the only opinion that matters. This is where I feel like when players do this, this is where they contradict themselves, Key. He is committed as ever to deliver the highest level for Chelsea FC and the fans, who he holds in high regard. This is where, like, I try not to get too emotional because this isn't my club, but I know how I felt with the Jadon Sancho situation.
Mm.
This is where I feel like it contradicts him. He contradicts himself, him and his people, right? If you cared that much about the fans, the club, you wouldn't have did this an hour before the game, an hour before the start of a new season.
Mm-hmm.
Maresca's already under loads of pressure. It's his first season in the Premier League, and it's his first season with Chelsea,
Mm-hmm.
and he's already odds on for the sack. I felt like that just added just unnecessary drama when also what Sky Cave was saying and what you already alluded to, Key. I'm glad I didn't have to bring that up to you. Is what Sky Cave was saying on Twitter was Sterling, Chilwell, they already knew their stance with the
Oh
manager.
my gosh, y'all already knew.
Y'all already knew.
Already knew what it was.
That's crazy. And Key, I'll go beyond that. It says we're looking for clarity. How about 54 million going to Wolves for Pedro Neto? How about getting Joao Felix? What other clarity do you want? Those are attacking players.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the manager told you. What other clarity do you need?
Yep.
So it's definitely him, his people stirring the pot. My Raheem Sterling, it's time to learn Arabic, my brother, because
Hey.
this is it for you.
Yes, yeah,
This is it. Assalamu alaikum, my brother.
pretty much.
This is it for you because I could not. I was so and because me and you have different levels of like how long we've been football fans, and like football's so different from like American sports. So like you're still kind of learning like it's different when you watch football. So talking to you, I'm like, I'm just gonna give him a few days because I'm like, if I was you, I'd be on Twitter ranting.
Yeah.
I would be mad as hell. It
Dude,
just put
That
Maresca in a
it
bad
took,
spot.
took like a day because I saw it. I'm getting ready
Mhm.
for the game. I'm like, all right, this dude here, I
Yeah.
gotta get ready for this game. But then like a couple of days went past. I was thinking like, hold up, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
nah, bro, you are wilding. You're bugging.
Mhm. He was doing too much. He was doing way too much. And it's bad key when those things starts happening because those start leading to managers getting sacked because then it's like, okay, you already have some players. If it's not just Raheem Sterling, you have other players in his probably on his side that might not like Maresca. That's why I was like, wow, it was so positive for Levi Colwell to come out and back the manager the way he did.
Dude, and I think players are appreciating the transparency.
Mhm.
Kind of do understand the situation. Like I said, bro, you go in the dressing room, you go on the practice pitch, training pitch, and you just see all these. It look like an American football team.
Mhm.
I think City, what they operate with, 24 players.
Yeah, most clubs are operating within the
20.
21, 24.
Come on, dude. And he's,
Mhm.
hey, this is what it's going to be for me.
Mhm.
Because, like I said, last week alluded to, I can't imagine how he feels picking up the starting 11 and then the subs.
Mhm.
How exhausting that could be. It might be easy for him, but just knowing it like that. I mean, we have a game tomorrow, the Europa qualified with a conference,
Conference league.
and he's same team that he played on Sunday.
Okay.
That spoke to me. I'm like, okay, he knows what he wants.
Mhm.
He knows what he wants.
I agree with you 100%. I haven't even gotten to Maresca yet because I'm still like,
Dude,
why isn't Levi Colwell the captain? I mean, and you know what? Look, I have my own reserved opinion about you guys having a captain that did have, unfortunately, a racial dispute against him. Whether the club have accepted that or whatever, it's just you do embody the club. We're talking about a club that had John Terry, Ashley Cole, Frank Lampard, Frank Essien, Didier Drogba, who were captains in the dressing room, and then for like, Zola, all these players, and it's like you choose him, but it is Maresca's choice. Um, I think Maresca, whatever the city score was, he came out of it. I feel like in an even better position, just in my eyes, for what he said. How he said, "Look, I have 45 players. I only work with 21 of them.
hmm yeah,
I know who I want, and
yeah,
and he's obviously backed the board. He's obviously saying, I bought Pedro Neto in. I'm bringing in Jao Felix. I got what I need to work with this. And then tactically, even, and we'll get more into the game. Tactically during the game, I don't think he's doing it wrong. I just think that City were better than y'all. That's it.
no, for sure. And he didn't really play the tactics he normally does, or I think he envisions going forward with his club,
Mhm.
which he wants to do the 4-3-3. We didn't really do that. We had the two midfielders kind of sitting back.
Mhm.
And I mean, we can get into all the tactics and stuff later, but
We will. Yeah, we definitely will. We definitely will.
I think for where we were at in the beginning of preseason, how some things have been thrown together and his vision as we
Mhm.
kind of seen what he wants to do is through preseason and where we were at with that game playing what top 1-2 team in the world, like I wasn't too mad at that performance.
Yeah. Good.
Not too
Good.
mad. I see where he wants to go and his adjustments that he made, he tried. But I mean, like I said, we can get it. We can get into
Yeah, yeah, we definitely will here in a minute. That's man, that I felt like that conversation was gonna be way more longer, but yeah, Raheem Sterling. I mean,
Yeah, I don't want to do it. I could
yeah.
go, bro. I'm just, you know,
I think he's been shown the door. Chilwell has been shown the door. Also, he's looking for a move. He's just in that boat of you're not fit. You're not fit. You're a decent left back, but you're just not fit enough. Obviously, he's going with Cucurella, who did start that game pretty well, but then we'll talk about it more later. Let's move on to Pochettino is set to become the USA manager. I didn't see that coming. Did you see that coming?
not at all.
That's crazy. That's
Not at all.
crazy.
That was ambitious move by us, and I feel like it is a good move
It is. Yeah.
for us. It was a surprise. I'm like, okay, you want to come over here? Like, welcome. Well, I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
welcome, dude. So,
I need him to when he gets announced, he needs to be doing some very American stuff. Bud Light in hand with a hamburger.
oh my gosh,
That would be beautiful.
why not?
Y-
Get t-shirt, big bald eagle on. You know what I'm saying? Some- some- Put a truck on it. You know, some super.
That would be great. uh I think this is a good I think it's a good appointment because I feel like Pochettino would his tactics would be a lot better than anything we've ever really had.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I don't expect the United States to ever really win a World Cup during my lifetime, and I accepted it. Just because you have to have a different level, like Argentina win it all the time because they are set up that way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like when people complain about, well, Ronaldo doesn't have a World Cup. Well, Portugal only been starting to go back to the World Cup ever since Ronaldo came in.
For sure.
I don't even think maybe Eusebio one time, but like since Ronaldo's been there, they've been going back consistently, and then they won the Euros. But like Argentina, Brazil, uh, Uruguay, not as much anymore, but they had that set up
Mm,
there. USA, we just don't have that set up here in the States, but I feel like with Pochettino, hopefully he can do what he kind of did with Spurs. Maybe get us to a position where we get a little bit of respect. Maybe we get to a quarterfinal. Maybe we get to a semifinal of here when we're here. Because I don't think he has enough I don't know if he has the coaching skills to get over the line. Like we've seen it in the Champions League. Like he got to the final, couldn't get the job done. And then after that, Spurs like fell apart.
yeah.
He was able to win the French league with Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe, but I mean, me and you could coach that team. Like, your daughter could have coached that team. And I bet you Summer's better than Pochettino at times. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I feel about that. I don't know how you feel about the overall appointment of Pochettino. He's not the coach yet, but he's ready to be announced.
I feel the same way. I know I don't have World Cup dreams.
Mm.
It's more like get out of the group stage, quarterfinal dreams. Just the excitement that'll cause in the country, just how fire that would be here.
And what if the football was good too? Like that would be like, whoa.
Yeah, that would be cool. And we have players to. I believe we have players to get out of the correct group stage.
Mm-hmm.
To get out the stage, we can get out and make a little noise. And if we do like an upset, like Germany, something crazy, then we play France and just get the beats. The
2-0 and we're out.
cool,
Yeah.
bro. I'm cool.
That's
That's
wow. Okay.
That would be our World Cup down here, bro. We would go crazy for that.
We would love that.
But
That would be so good.
It's a good signing. The USA we're trying to swing for the fences. Pretty much. We went for Klopp first. Went for Klopp.
I love that.
Then we went to Poch. So I like that, man. I like that positive move.
Mm-hmm.
We know what we're gonna get from this guy. I said we had quarterfinal dreams. He a quarterfinal dream kind of like. You know what I'm saying? He know how to.
Yeah.
Or to the semis. He can get there. He knows that. Anything past that, I mean, cool. You went to the perfect.
He's a good man manager too.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, it is funny that like Pulisic left under his control, so like I think that's kind of funny. And now he's like your star of your team. That we'll see how that dynamic works.
Funny,
but yeah, I'm very interested. That was a very crazy move from United States. I loved it. I loved every bit of that.
And it was a quiet move too.
Mm-hmm. I didn't hear anything about it.
Ooh.
I didn't hear anything about it. That was crazy. Okay, Pochettino, USA manager, probably about to be announced here in the next couple of weeks, and maybe even days, honestly. Let's jump into the first Premier League weekend. Man, oh man, oh man. We'll start off, before we jump into the other games, we'll start off with the last game of the season, or of this weekend, which was Chelsea versus City. Then we'll do United, then we'll do the rest of the league. So, Chelsea, City, key 2-0 to Chelsea. I mean, 2-0 to City. That'd be crazy. 2-0 to City at Stamford Bridge. Raheem Sterling brought up that statement. How do you assess that game?
Mm.
Where do y'all go forward?
I think this was it was a positive showing. It showed what we're really good at, and also, I mean, no shit, but like what we're gonna be okay with, but like what's really missing
Mm-hmm.
is inside that box, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Inside that box, that and a little bit of the midfield, how we'll get that set up. We have a lot of players that we'll figure out how to get that midfield situation going, and also with the incoming. But just from what I saw, like our midfield, Romeo Lavia, I like how he was moving the ball. He did good. First game back in a long time. We have not seen him. But just the way, both of them, they were sitting back, they were holding, but City was just moving through, just cruise through that midfield. Outside, we did okay. Kukureya first half, Doku, he was in jail.
Mm-hmm.
But switched it. And that other kid's name, I keep forgetting his
Savino.
name.
Yeah.
He's solid. He's solid. So City found him another guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's super solid.
They basically found Riyadh Mahrez.
Mahrez Jr., bro.
Mm-hmm.
Solid. So that was cool. Fofana, I liked how he looked because I haven't seen him in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
He looked better than I thought he would be. Still some mistakes, but it wasn't as bad. I think we moved forward with that center back pairing. That's what it should be. And what I tell you about Robert Sanchez, bro?
Oh, there was a
Did I?
very dangerous pass.
We were texting.
Very.
What did I say, bro? Like,
Yeah. It was a very dangerous pass in the first half, and I was like, "Oh no,
that's what happens. He'll get a good.
oh no."
Some saves will be amazing, right?
Yeah,
Then it's just some blockhead shit.
yeah.
Even the Kovacic goal, bro. I'm jumping ahead, but golly. But
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think any of the goals were his fault.
the second one, I mean, Kovacic did waltz up the field,
I think Kovacic was superb on that goal.
and he played the right side. It was like some pro club stuff. He
It
played
was like he hit it inside his foot. It was just so
the
well hit.
right side. I was like, my boy, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Thought he was.
Maybe I gotta watch it back. Because it just looked like a superb hit.
No, it was still a good hit.
Yeah.
When Kovacic, the thing about him, when he scores, it's a banger, bro. He scores. He scored like every
It
other
was
year.
beautiful. Yeah, it was beautiful.
All kind of shit, dude. Um,
Didn't celebrate.
oh yeah, he's a real one, bro.
Mhm.
Come on now. That's Kova. Uh, Up top, Nico Jackson. We got that boy Christian Cuckoo on the left, CP on the right.
Mhm.
In the middle, we had Enzo, which I'm conflicted with Enzo, man.
He played a 10.
I know that's the issue.
Yeah.
In midfield, we got Caicedo, we got Rome, and then we had Mello and
Mhm.
Cuckoo on the flanks. I'm okay with that. It's just with the midfield situation, how we're going to get that pairing. And then when Pedro Neto starts eventually, and then with the João Felix, are we going to move Enzo back with Caicedo? Because we kind of saw how that went. And I know he wants to do the 4-3-3. Okay, so if it's Caicedo, Romeo Lavia, and Enzo's kind of like, how are we going to
Mhm.
and when it comes to being in the box, that's where we got hurt. Because he's not the best in the box.
Mhm.
There's a lot he had inside where it's like, okay, bro, that's a one-time shot, or let's move it. And he's technical, like he's good, but inside the box in that area, he's just not that comfortable. Most of his shots come from long range. You know what I'm saying? Not always the most on target, but all his shots is long range. And sometimes it's at 10 when you're doing everything else and you're coming in. Sometimes you just gotta go in, like, gotta let it go.
Mhm.
But he had an off game. He had an off game.
Who was that?
Enzo.
Enzo. Yeah.
He had an off game. Just he's better than that with some touches and some passes that could have been played inside the box. That's normal from him. That's just who he is, bro. And Cuckoo got involved, had a decent game. CP, he wasn't really involved in that game that much.
Mhm. Yeah, he wasn't.
And we were playing to the left very heavy. Pretty sure that's how Pep wanted it to be. So hey, somebody else is gonna have to do it.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
just different. Nico, I don't know, bro.
He had a play in the game, and I was just like, that's what Nico's good at.
I know exactly which one you're
It
talking
was the one all the way to Nkuku. He dropped all the way back, got it, was able to spin and just hit a really good through ball to Nkuku, and I was like, that's what he's good at. That was him right there. Like I was just like, man. But other than that, some of the missed chances, some of the IQ in the box, I was like, oh my god, why in the hell on the second or third episode of Cul de Sac football we were even considering this dude to compare him against Rasmus Højlund? I have no idea
about.
because that is, oh my god.
Hitting the ball deep in the box. You got one guy.
Mm-hmm.
You don't look hungry. That
Mm-hmm.
you don't smell blood. You standing straight up. You just casual. We're like, what's going on here? Like, you look like you lagged out. The controller died. Slowed down.
It was bad. Yeah, it was
It
bad.
was.
It was pretty bad.
That's what we come next. Already seen that 100 times last year.
Yeah.
So that glaring need, I think that we found out about that game is, of course, in the midfield. So just the setup, how we want to set it up. I feel like we can fix that, but inside the box. And then we're going up against Man City, which we competed, we played. I mean, we got the opportunities that we needed inside the box. If it was
Mhm.
okay, we're not moving the ball, we're not getting into those spots to execute or even have a chance to execute, which we did.
Mhm.
Then I'm gonna really have an issue. I would have had more of an issue with it, but it's like, okay, we're moving it, we're getting it there. We just need the final, the payoff.
Mhm.
We just need the payoff. We can move it. That's not the problem. We played with them last year.
Yeah.
That wasn't the issue.
City was good in this game because they controlled it even when they didn't have the ball. That
And
was scary. That was really scary
they
to watch.
they
And
do like that, especially
mhm.
when they go up.
Mhm.
It's it's masterful, man.
Yeah.
It's
Everybody's calm on the ball, even when they have new players. Like I think his name is. I don't know if he was playing center back. I forgot his name, Bobby or something. I forgot. It's
mhm,
like you got new players and they just know their systems.
always
And
ready, bro.
exactly. And with Pep, he breaks the rules of football so much
Oh yeah,
where it's like players are not even playing positions, they're playing roles. And it's in that game you saw a lot of it. Chelsea, this is just my little tactical breakdown just from what I saw.
even how
Chelsea,
Lewis, bro.
say it again.
Even how he used Rico Lewis.
It was Rico Lewis. So that's
Oh
what I'm thinking of.
yeah,
That's what I'm thinking of. It's like Rico Lewis is at times playing a center back, but he's playing like I don't know, a center back, a ball playing center back that moves into the midfield. Then he comes back and he's so he gets in amongst all the fighting. Like he's so small, but he gets in amongst all the duels and everything like that. Um, because if Pep senses that your energy levels are lower than what he wants them to be, it's like you're off the pitch. So those
for sure.
players are like on edge all the time. Um, yeah. So what I saw is it looks like Maresca's playing just in this, and this is just this game. It's a double pivot, Lavia and Casito. Lavia had a I didn't think he played well too much, to be honest with you. There was a moment where it was in the beginning of the game. He got the ball. He was able to spin off the defender, make a pass, and I was like, "Oh, this might be a really good game for him," because he started really well. Um, I think it's just a little bit of field rust. That's all it is.
For
That's
sure.
all. Because I've seen Lavia play before, so that's all it is. Casito is still. I don't know. He got to figure out the midfield pairing. I don't know if he wants to play the double pivot with them two, but the double pivot was so far away from the cam that they
Bars.
couldn't link anything up. Uh Defensively, Cucurella was doing well. Then Savinho has the confidence to
Twist.
just
Yeah.
I don't know. He just got the confidence from him easily. Like he was like, I'm not worried about this guy. And then so the big problem, like you were saying, Key, is the mid press. I don't know if Casito would step up, and guess who was right in behind in his space? It was Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva tore y'all from the inside like a bad, I don't know, like y'all ate like a bad meal. Like it was terrible. He was everywhere. Every time somebody got out of position, he was right there, ready to receive the ball. And that not the first goal, but there was a play before that, before the first goal, where literally Casito does the mid press. He runs to the ball, Bernardo Silva right in behind, and they find him right in behind. The goal comes from him on the back line. Nobody's marking him. Yeah, the ball's misplaced, but he's able to just dink it right into Holland, and then Holland handles 2 Chelsea players at once. That is not Sanchez's fault. That was world class from Holland. He's one of the best goal scorers in the league at the moment. Chelsea had spots where City let them have the ball, and they kind of looked a little dangerous at times. But I want to see Nkunku at the 10. That's just me. I want to see Nkunku on the 10. Pedro Neto, he comes on, immediately almost gets a goal because he's pressing the box immediately, like he's running straight into the box. Somebody gives him a cross, and it caused even a City defender to kind of panic a little bit because it was like the same run that Matoma did against Everton. It was so good. But yeah, Chelsea were just not ready for that game. It was unfair to y'all to get that game in the first game of the season. Maybe if I would have got a Wolves, we probably would have learned a little bit more. But I think Maresca has a plan. What I would like to see, Key, is that maybe he does what Ten Hag does in the midfield, and it's more of like a 6, an 8, and a 10 to link up, an 8 to link up the play more.
8 and the 10 could kind of go box.
Yeah, maybe.
Right?
Yeah,
That's what he was going for.
Yeah.
Just,
but maybe because he was playing against a City,
we couldn't do it.
Yeah, maybe he tried to protect the back four a little bit more.
Yep.
Or this could be getting a little too Football Manager, y'all. Stick with me. Cucurella inverts to a CDM, leaving him and Lavia, and Casito can kind of move forward as a pressing midfielder to kind of offset a team. I don't know what Maresca's about. Maybe I would kind of look into that, but then you would have to make sure that like Malagusco and your 2 other center backs are intertwined at playing in 3. But yeah, hopefully, who do y'all play next? He cuts off as soon as he cuts off as soon as I asked him who do y'all play next. I'm about to find out right now for you guys. I'm about to find out. Don't even worry about it. I'm about to find out.
We here.
Okay, we back. All right, you're good. You guys are in the Mickey Mouse Conference League.
For sure.
Y'all play Cervete.
Yeah, we play that. Yeah, that's tomorrow.
I don't even know who they are.
Dude, I've never.
They're from Switzerland. You guys are gonna probably beat them.
With the team from Sunday, no, we're gonna cook them. There's no. I don't have a score prediction, but we're getting them out of here.
Yeah.
And I think the City game, I think that was a perfect game to open up.
Mm-hmm. Humble y'all, maybe.
Just to see where we were at.
Mm-hmm.
For real. Just to see where we at, what we really need. Because you can say if we played Ipswich, right? We did what we were supposed to do against them. Maybe not. Took care of them 2-0. It's like, all right, I'd rather find out my needs against a team like City versus Ipswich. Okay, because there's like a competitive part that goes into it and stuff like that. Like, and then we're not running what we want to run. And it's like, okay, like I said, there's some opportunities inside the box or that we could have to swing the game, not to win it, but just to make it, a game. I'd rather do that against City versus, than ever. You know what I mean, dude?
No. I completely 100% hear that. Maybe this game in the Conference League will really kick off your guys' campaign. Probably a 3-0 win. I'll probably bet a 3-0 win. And maybe get a little bit of confidence going into Wolves, 8 a.m. The game after that.
And who's playing? Who's starting? We got 2 new signings still to work them in. Okay, we're going to start. Like, who's going to go where? And then who's coming off? Because somebody got to come off.
Yeah. 100%.
And for some reason, I feel like Nico should come off because he's just not comfortable, bro. He's not comfortable up top like that. Yeah. And I think with the players that we got, say, like with Jao, and then, okay, we got Pedro on the left, and Cuckoo could play striker, bro.
Yeah.
You even saw when he got the ball in the box with pressure, making moves. It's cool. Like, all right. the service, and then just the versatility of, okay, if it's say Ja behind him, Ja's been center forward. He wants to rotate, be versatile, or anybody could be anywhere at any moment.
Mhm.
Cole could play the middle too, and like it could happen.
Yeah.
And Cuckoo's just better up top. You can't tell me if that man ain't get the ball, he ain't finna walk up there do what that man did. Like the dude's a bucket getter,
Mm.
until we go by the one that I want. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That we all want. We
Mhm.
gotta do. We gotta
We're
do.
gonna talk about that here in a
So
minute.
we don't have time to. We ain't got time for this, Kurt. Kurt, we don't got time, bro. We in the Premier League. This is Chelsea football. We have the striker is part of the identity, the fabric. You know what I'm saying?
I 100% hear you.
Like
Oh yeah.
we gotta go do. Like, come on.
Come on, let's get
Come
him.
on.
Let's get him.
But
Let's get him. Yeah.
mm,
I completely 100% hear you. All right, Manchester United beat Fulham 1-0. Oh my
dude,
goodness, my
dude,
heart.
how did you feel, man? That was a game right there, man.
Yeah, it's I mean, I'll start off with I didn't like the lineup. I didn't like Maguire starting. I didn't like the fact
That boy,
that what'd you say?
that boy was playing though.
Yeah, no, he had a really good that interception when it was 2v1. It was fantastic. And who else was playing? And I was just like, oh, Rashford. I thought Emmett and Garnacho should have started.
I was confused by that one.
Yeah, Xerxes not starting. Didn't understand that, but I would have took Rashford down the middle more than him off the left. The football is crap. It's still crap. I mean, I'm gonna be very honest on Cul de Sac football. The football is still crap from Eric Ten Hag. We just signed Delit. Mizraoui played really well. I thought he inverted well. I thought he passed well. He didn't really overlap much. He played it kind of safe, but he did a really well, like good game. And I'm a
Yeah.
right back by trade, so I know the kind of game he had. Like it was a game that was like I didn't want to mess up at all. And I'm gonna do what I know as a right back, because as a right back you have this instinct of like I know what I can and truly what I cannot do. So I'm not gonna do too much because I have an important position holding down the right flank.
Right.
And I did like his game. So the goal comes from Joshua Xerxes. He comes on.
Big time.
It was so good, Key. The goal was so good. It was a little bit lucky, I will admit, but I think everything about that goal is exactly what Joshua Xerxes is. He is a player that will drop into those midfield areas, pick up the ball, find a pass forward, but then make his way into the danger area. He's like, I don't know, Arnold Schwarzenegger, like going into, I don't know. He's like, what's his name in Die Hard? Like he's going to go
Yeah.
right to the danger area and he's going to get in amongst it. And the ball comes back in from Garnacho, finally giving some service. And the control of this
heard
man,
you. He heard you last week, bro.
he heard me. He
Yeah.
heard me. Yeah. The control is crazy. It goes off of his knee, but then he's able to hit it with his left foot. He knows where the goalkeeper is. He knows where the goal is. And he puts it perfectly between the defender's legs, and it goes into the left corner. United win it 1-0. Delit comes on later, holds it down. He did okay. Thought he did okay. He was only on for a few minutes, but Eric Ten Hag again just getting a little bit lucky, a little bit fortunate. But I think in that game, Key, we played, and this is my tactical analysis. I'll move into my tactical analysis. We played Mason Mount as a 10. We played Bruno as a false 9. At times, we played a front 4 with Mason, Bruno, Rashford, and Garnacho. Or Ahmed, my bad. They just don't press enough, I believe, for that type of system. And the thing about Mason isn't as sporadic as Bruno. He doesn't, I don't think he runs as much as Bruno. It doesn't mean he doesn't work hard. He just doesn't do exactly what Bruno does. So it looks different. It feels different when he's on the pitch. But also the problem, Key, is there's no recognized striker. So when Bruno is just like, I'm going to go to the left side and pick up the ball.
Yeah.
Who's in the box?
Yeah.
Nobody. Casper the Ghost is in the box. That's who's in the box. The ghost of Sir Bobby Charlton is in the box. It is so bad. And I was just like, Eric, you don't like you have to be seeing this. So you got to put Joshua Xerxes in. And I think that's where the goal comes from. And it just clicks because You have a recognized striker. You have somebody that is, I'll use this loosely, Zlatan-esque. Because Zlatan used to do that. Ibrahimovic used to do that. Drop back, get the ball. Like a lot of really great goals, especially in Ajax days for Zlatan, were like, this dude was like 10 yards away from the box. His biggest goal for Ajax, this dude took on like the whole team and like dribbled through the whole team. He was so far away from the box and he scored. But it was like, it was Zlatan-esque. Zlatan-esque. But yeah, we need a recognized striker. We need Rasmus to hurry up and come back. But I think Joshua Zirkzee needs to start the next game.
For sure.
It was too good. I felt like the midfield still was getting overrun. We need Manuel Ugarte in. It just seems like Casemiro still either his legs are going or we're just not set up right in the midfield. Delo did okay. He did okay. I thought Harry Maguire played well. It's just we can't play a high line with Harry Maguire. That's the issue. Martinez got in a little bit of a scruffle with Traore. Yeah, Traore. He got him. Martinez got skinned the first time. After that, he laid him on his back, and then of course a little.
That was I like that.
Yeah, that was awesome. And then a little bit of talking mess after the game. That's what I love Martinez for that. He's the butcher. He's gonna talk crazy. I mean, the reason why I'm a massive Martinez fan is because his first game against Liverpool, Salah gets the ball, boom, cream Salah immediately, and then gives him an added bump without the ball. He just bumps into him. I love it. I love him like that. That's just the heart of Manchester. That's just beating your chest for the club. It's something that Ander Herrera was doing, and I love to have it back at the club, man. How do you feel about that game for Manchester United?
Kind of the same way you did. Fulham, also a great good first game too, because Fulham, that's a solid side.
Yeah,
they will be making noise. They'll make it hard for some teams. And I was thinking about just, all right, why are Garnacho not starting? You guys need Ugarte. That was just glaring to me.
Yeah,
that was glaring. Onana had a good game. He had a good game, and he's been talking highly of it, very confidently, like in the press. Hey, it's gonna be a special year. Like, be ready. And I just like where he started, and I saw that making a lot of saves, and Kobe Mainu was in there too. Which I selected them. I got this little football club app.
Yeah.
I put Onana. That boy got me my clean sheet. Kobe.
Kobe played actually really well. Now he's actually my man of the match. He played him really well.
Extra attention. You know what I'm saying? Outside of
he played so well. I think he ran out of gas towards the 90 there. He played so well. And that's one thing I didn't really show respect to Fulham, did I? Like Fulham didn't have
side, bro.
Yeah, they're very solid. They didn't have massive chances. I think they're missing Paulinho a lot already. He was such a dictator in the midfield.
For sure. And I knew in the beginning of the game, you know how it would go sometimes where attacking, running through, and it's like, okay, this is only going to happen for about maybe 20 more minutes, 30 more. Then I'll run the team, and then it'll go how it's supposed to. It'll even out a little bit more. We'll see what's going on.
Right.
But they did have their moments where they were trying to strike and get to you guys. And I was like, okay, but just how long can they keep it up? Because,
there was even a play there. I was like, oh, God, the cut back to the back post. I already know what this is going to happen. But Mazraoui saved it. He got it in. He saved it. Oh, and one thing I even wrote down, so I remember to do it. I can't believe I'm going to say this. Oh, wow. Guys, like, record this. If you're listening on Spotify, I hope you're sitting down. If you're watching this on YouTube, I hope you're sitting down with your popcorn or your beer or whatever you're watching. Drink responsibly. The officiating was really good in this game.
Oh, don't get me. I'm glad you felt that way about your game.
Yeah, bro. I thought the officiating was really good. He was very consistent. He was like, okay, I didn't let that go. He was like, I let that go, so I'm going to let it go for them too.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of the penalties weren't given. There was some penalties that it's like, okay, maybe, but it's like, no, certain fouls. He was like, all right, I let that fly. Then it would happen on United side, and he was like, nope, play on. And he was letting it kind of be a little bit more of like a more physical game. The officiating, that was good. That was really good. Granted, there wasn't anything super controversial,
Mhm.
but the officiating I thought was really good in that game. Yeah.
All right. We're gonna keep a count of how many times we break. So we're down to one. We got one.
That's one.
I
First
can't.
game of the season.
I don't share the same sentiments, but we talking about y'all right now.
I'm not gonna lie. Maybe that's one thing we didn't mention in the Chelsea game.
Holy,
The how he collided. Who I forgot who it was. It was it Guadalajara? Who
when
collided?
when the Enzo one
Yeah,
when
who collided in the Enzo?
might have, I think it was him.
It was Enzo and who, but who collided into Enzo though?
I think it was Gardival, the one,
That's a penalty.
brother.
It's clumsy. That's a penalty.
That's how I felt. But it is what it is, bro. It was those things, yeah. And I felt like there was another one, but
Was it Savinho that collided into Enzo? Maybe I can't remember, but it was from behind, and the ball's nowhere near him.
was it him?
It's a penalty. I don't know. I thought it was a penalty. That is crazy. I was like, whoa.
And I was like, the league. They're cheating for them, like
Yeah, that's
all
just
around the board, bro. Hey, man, how did you feel about your boy on the right wing, man?
Emmett.
Yeah,
Didn't play too well, but I think it was just mainly because of the way we were playing. Rashford didn't play well, and I think it was just because we didn't give him a chance to sign. They were in a low block. Fulham played a low block,
yeah,
and but I like Emmett a lot. I think he's gonna be. I think he's a good player. I just really want to see Garnacho on the left, him on the right,
for
and
sure.
see what happens. I mean, they're young, they're hungry, they are, especially Garnacho. He always makes something happen. Like he isn't necessarily Ronaldo. Ronaldo at that age was so good at driving towards players and creating. And on top of that, he was a great goal scorer. If you watch kind of like the first game where Ronaldo was playing against Bolton, his first game, he took on like 3, 4, or 5 players, and they were one thing that he's good at, where Ronaldo was really good at, it was just dragging players to him and then taking them all on. Like
Yeah,
it was crazy how he's doing, or create something. Because if you're dragging all those players with you, you're leaving some type of uh area open. Like
mm,
you're leaving somebody open. So Ronaldo was really good at that. But Garnacho seems like when he drags those. And look, man, I'm not dogging him for not being Ronaldo. Ronaldo's one of the greatest players ever. But he still makes so much happen. Still makes so much happen. And I love when he's on the pitch. But Ahmed, I like Ahmed a lot. I think he deserves a starting spot.
for sure.
Really, really good stuff. Let's go through some of the and by the way, if you're on YouTube, get in the comments. What do you think about Chelsea versus City? What do you think about United versus Fulham? Let's talk about some of the other games that did happen. Key, I know you were tapped in watching whatever the hell you was watching, whatever games you watched. Did anybody watch the Ipswich versus Liverpool game? I betted on that game. Funny
No,
enough, on Prize
I
Picks.
didn't, but I should have.
Yeah.
Just to see tactically what the new guy's doing,
Mm-hmm.
just to see.
Yeah. I knew Liverpool were gonna kind of beat them.
Oh yeah,
It's Salah just tore that team apart from what I've seen. He scored, he had an assist. I betted on Salah to score because I was like, Ipswich, first game of the season, he's gonna score. He's gonna score.
yeah.
Um Arsenal versus Wolves. Arsenal beat them 2-0. Wolves can be a very difficult side to beat
Mm-hmm.
first game of the season. They're just really compact. They play really well. Arsenal got the job done at the Emirates, of course, 2-0. Havertz and Saka playing, of course, or scoring both of those goals. Here we go. Everton versus Brighton,
So much about that game.
3-0.
So much about.
Oh my God. What did we say in the beginning in our first episode back? Sonjai is gone. He is
Dude,
gone.
the lineups, the team selection
Mm-hmm.
off, which what I saw when I looked at it, and then just also doing some research, listening to the fans. They were
Mm-hmm.
tactically, the guy,
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna be the first one off that chopping block, bro.
Yeah.
First,
I mean, oh my goodness.
but I
We
mean, are we surprised though? I mean, Brighton,
Brighton didn't even. I didn't even think Brighton played. It was just like how I feel about City. City didn't get out of second gear. Neither did Brighton, and they almost scored 4 goals. It Key. This is just down Everton with how Everton played. This is just down to you guys get scored on again at home, and your heads drop, and you don't believe that you can score 2 goals at home.
yeah,
They haven't beaten a team after they went 1-0 up at home since Frank Lampard was in charge. That's almost 2 years.
holy,
This is not the Everton squad that we have known to love. And I like Everton. If I wasn't a Manchester United fan, I'd probably be somewhat of an Everton fan because I remember growing up watching Tim Howard, Phil Jagielka, Johnny Evans, Leighton Baines, Seamus Coleman, Ross Barkley, Victor Anichebe, Yannick Bolasie, all these great players that would challenge for top 6
yeah.
under David Moyes. I don't know what you guys are doing. 1 goal goes in. They knew they couldn't score. And that's how they played. Route 1 prehistoric football underneath Sondheich. It was awful. It was terrible to watch. It was boring. It was lifeless. And this club doesn't deserve it because it's old, it's historic, and the fans. I listened to a few fans on some of their podcasts, and they are defeated. How
Dude,
did you defeat a fan base like this? This is crazy. He has to go. He has to go.
I mean, I did say I put them in my relegation watch, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You did. You
So
did.
they'll make a change at some point. They'll
Mm-hmm.
have to, because I don't see him getting to. Not saying he'll lose out, but if it gets to like even October, bro, it might,
Mm-hmm.
because that's too many points you've lost.
Yeah.
Too many points lost, and it's for selfish reasons. Selfish reasons. If they
It
do
it was
in Ipswich, you
bad.
know,
Yeah.
because Armando Broya just went on loan, and we need that 30. We need that 30 rat. I mean,
We'll,
30
we'll we'll definitely talk about him on it. But yeah, 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 yeah.
there, but just shit. Hey, bro, we need the bread. So,
Yep.
shit.
uh, Brighton weren't amazing. It was great to see Matoma back. It's
Mm-hmm.
great to see Matoma back. He
Baller.
scored. He's a big baller. They were just a little bit sharper in the final third, where the Ukrainian defender for Everton, I think Yamalenko. I think that's his name. I'm not sure. And then of course Ashley Young gets the red card. They're just he
That was
Yamalenko usually handles defenders or attackers, wingers better. Ashley Young's just been in the game too long. He's a little bit older. Um, and the first goal just comes from just Brighton being faster, just faster in the final third. Going forward, Calvert Lewin useless. Decore, who I love for Everton,
mhm.
not in the game enough. And first goal, like I said, first goal goes in. Heads are down at at Goodison Park, one of the most beautiful and prestige stadiums in the world, in front of one of the greatest fans in the world.
Their last year there. They have new grounds coming next year.
They got new. Oh my god, they got a new ground coming.
Yeah, that shit's nice. That shit's
Y'all about
beautiful.
to say goodbye to?
Come on.
Oh, come on, man.
And
Come
like
on.
damn, dude. Now they can't get relegated, bro. They can't. Like if it's like dude, like decided game, last game of
Mhm.
good some shit like that, like dude, I couldn't. Nah.
Another thing that I've noticed is the fans are not even putting all that pressure on Sean Dyche right now. So I don't know. I
They
don't know.
hurts, bro. They don't even care. It's just you watch the ship sink, man. It's burning. House is burning, and they're just like, hey, what can we do?
What can we do,
What
right?
is the board gonna do? I mean, call my boy Frank back. You know, he's the he the resuscitator, bro.
It would have been great Pochettino getting this job. I would have liked that. I'd have liked that.
And if you save Everton just one season, just like fuck it, like I'll do that. I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
I'm good.
mhm. Yeah.
Huh.
If you're an Everton fan and you're listening,
Who
you
do you?
guys deserve more. You guys deserve
Oh hell yeah.
better. You deserve more, and put pressure on the manager change, because this is just ridiculous at this point. This is just ridiculous.
Yeah,
You guys should be in the same position in Newcastle.
for
It's ridiculous.
for sure.
Um, Speaking of Newcastle, Newcastle beat Southampton with a red card thrown in there, 1-0. Um, Nottingham Forest versus Bournemouth, 1-1. And to me,
I
this
was.
next game, what's up?
I wish I watched that game.
I wish I watched that one too. The next game I did watch, and it's my game of the week. I'm gonna start doing that. Curtis's game of the week. Uh, it's my game of the week. West Ham versus Aston Villa. It was superb. It was a good game. Aston Villa, Onana's gonna be very pivotal for Aston Villa this year. It was
I
a
was why did
wonderful pickup.
you guys give him like that one? Ah,
He played I thought he played really well for Aston Villa his first game out. He scores the goal, of course. Yuri Tillemans played well, I thought. Leon Bailey had a good game too. I thought he played really well. I'm not sure about John McGinn, his role in that game. I felt like he didn't play too well. He subbed off at the 62nd minute. But Aston Villa looked good in that game. West Ham, I didn't think played bad necessarily. They're gonna be they got newcomers coming in. They're gonna fit them in. I think they're gonna have a good season. But that was my game of the week. If you guys should watch it, it's a really good game. It's a Premier League game, like it's an English Premier League game. It's very physical, very good. Brentford beat Crystal Palace 2-1. Very surprised by that, by the way. I thought Crystal Palace were going to start off very well.
I meant to ask you about that last week. I was looking at that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Crystal Palace, like, what they got going on?
It seems like Eze is taking up the what's his name?
Elise spot.
No, not Elise spot. Zaha.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he's taking kind of more of his role, and he was doing. I thought he played well. He just kind of did more than like what the other players did, definitely. But I think Crystal Palace should be doing a little bit better against Brentford, to be honest with you. But Brentford, of course, with no Ivan Toney. I think Ivan Toney came on later in that game, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just kind of double check that for y'all, because I think he came on. No, he didn't, because Ivan Toney he should be kind of on his way out. But yeah. And then, of course, you have Chelsea versus Manchester City. And we know Manchester City 2, Chelsea 0. I am so excited. Oh, and then, of course, Monday, Leicester versus Tottenham. Did you watch that game?
And I saw a clip. I was at work, bro. But I like what Jamie Vardy was bringing the energy.
That was fire. That was funny as hell.
Super fire. I love it.
Leicester City got one, Spurs got nothing. Like that was great. Yeah. He gave it to the fans. That was dope. 1-1. I mean, big result for Leicester City. Big result. Big result. I loved every bit of that result. Just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a preview. Brighton, Manchester United, Saturday, 6:30. We kick it off. I will be up for that game. I don't know if it's going to be a mistake. We're going to find out. Oh my goodness. My phone is all over the place right now. Oh my God. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, that I'll be up for that game. And then we have Crystal Palace versus West Ham. You have Fulham versus Leicester. Could be a pretty good game.
Leicester's gonna make it exciting, man. They're gonna.
Key.
What's up, bro?
I feel terrible for this next fixture.
Is it? Let me get the team that is on the bad side of it first.
Ipswich.
They are playing.
Ipswich.
Oh, I know exactly who they're playing. Yeah,
Who they playing?
they're playing City.
Oh, what was the Premier League thinking?
Yep. What's the over under? Do we over 4?
Oh, do they get beat for nothing? This is so mean.
I mean, just the lowest of blocks. You know what I'm saying? Just the,
Everybody behind the
the
ball.
block is hot, bro. Throw everybody ass back there. Like
I think it's gonna be at least a 3-0. It has to be a. I think it would be a 3-0. I feel
where's
terrible seeing this. I
uh,
didn't know this, y'all. I did not know this. This is
it's,
terrible.
it's gonna be at the empty head.
It's gonna be at the Empty Head. Yeah,
Mm.
all 10 fans are gonna witness a very bad game. Oh my god, this is terrible. Southampton versus Nottingham Forest. Pretty good.
That'd be all right again.
Next game, I'm gonna be very eager to see. Very intrigued. Spurs versus Everton.
Where are they playing at, man?
Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Go Everton.
Yeah, go Everton. The next game could possibly be game of the week. Aston Villa versus Arsenal.
That's a game right there.
That's a game, man. That is a game.
Coming on at 8.
11:30.
Hell yeah.
Definitely gonna tune in and watch that one. You have Bournemouth versus Newcastle on Sunday. Then you have Wolves versus Chelsea. Big game for Chelsea. Liverpool versus Brentford. I think that'll be a good game too.
Liverpool and Brentford. Yeah.
Liverpool might come out of that victors, but I like that. I like that game. Let's go into our transfer news and we'll get you guys out of here. Man, it's been so much. We're already at an hour. It's been so much footy talk. It's been so much football. Man, we're just now getting to the transfer talk. The transfer window is open for another 8 days now. So let's talk about Chelsea's transfer window. They bought the whole of South America and South Africa. No, Chelsea, Armando Broya going to Ipswich.
So
You know what? I'm gonna let you go first. Go ahead.
So loan deal in place, of course.
I thought it was a permanent deal.
A permanent deal. I think it was that there was. It's not going to be permanent if they get relegated though.
Whoa.
I think if I got it messed up.
Let me look at Fabrizio. But yeah, go ahead.
Look at it. But there was a clause in there: is no relegate. They can't get relegated. But the deal was 30 mil.
Mm-hmm.
But look at that for me. I know the relegation clause is in there.
I'm looking right now. I just saw Fabrizio put the Santa Burge, which I was going to talk about Xander Burge later. Mm-hmm. He officially went to Fulham. So instead of me saying he's going to Fulham, he went to Fulham. Let me see. Okay, so Armando Broya to Ipswich Town. Here we go. Verbal agreement completed for the initial loan deal. Yeah, you're right. There will be mandatory buy clause in case of Ipswich avoid relegation. Total package worth 30 million, accepted by Chelsea with salaries covered until June. Medical is in 3 days, so the 24th. Armando Broya. How do you feel about Armando Broya leaving? He's a striker, number 9.
And everybody we gotta cut the fat, man.
Yeah,
fat, and then if they stay up, that's a 30 piece.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him. Good for them. Good for everybody. So I'm okay with that. Of course, João Felix came through. You know, we helped out Atletico. You know, already happened. And
we'll talk about João Felix here in a second.
Yeah, dude, with the the departures too. Mm. So we're slowly but surely cutting the fat on our team. It's gonna take a lot of time, dude, and it's just so weird how I got to view the season. I think a lot of Chelsea fans how we view the season. Like you asked me about like the game, how it was. I look at partially like what I see, but I'm thinking about where that's a fucked up spot to be in, bro.
I hear that.
Ah,
Of course, as a United fan, I hear that.
dude. So the Ugarte deal on y'all side, man. What's up? What's up with that?
We will definitely get to that. We're gonna get to that because there's a lot going on with all that. Amanda Broya to Ipswich. I think I've openly criticized your boy on Cul de Sac football.
Oh,
I think Amanda Broya is better than I do think he's better than just going to Ipswich. I think he's like I don't know. When you watch a player, sometimes you're like, okay, I see his qualities, but I don't think he's a top six blank his
I know.
his his position. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's a top six striker. I think he'd be good on Bournemouth. I think he would be good on Fulham. Ipswich, I think, got a really good deal. They got a good striker. Um, I don't know. For Chelsea, I just didn't think he's not a Chelsea striker to me. But I grew up watching Drogba. I grew up watching Diego Costa. These great strikers for Chelsea. It's a good move for him. And I now that I know it's a loan move, Ipswich have big incentive to like go and stay up now.
Come on, bro. And that's
Amanda Broya has a great incentive because he's gonna start. He's gonna start at Ipswich.
for
He's gonna
sure.
start.
For
He's
sure.
gonna start. João Felix makes his way to Chelsea. I think this is a good deal for Chelsea. Really good deal.
I believe it's a great deal, man. I wish we would have did it a long time ago,
Mm.
but at the same time, like in retrospect, looking at it, I'm glad we didn't. I think Maresco, I think we have the right manager to play him in the correct spot. He needs to be played centrally. In Barcelona, out to the left. When he came the loan spell the first time, out to the left. He needs to be in the center. When he played his most effective ball, Simeone had him in the middle, and he was pressing his ass off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Creating a lot of trouble. And I think some of the quality that we kind of missed from Enzo in the box a little bit, Zhao he's a little bit better inside the box when scoring and stuff like that. Though he's not super clinical, lights out. He just kind of knows what to do. Will make better decisions in that
Right.
situation.
Yeah.
So we'll see where he plays. He wants to be here, and I think it'll be a great fit. But how are we gonna do this thing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're gonna do it. But glad he's here, and I think somebody like that will help Nico out. If Nico is with us and he serves as the second striker, it'll help him, man. So I'm cool with it.
I do think it's a good because he's an attacker. He can play striker, he can play off the left, he can play
Mm-hmm.
10, he can play off the right. I thought it was a really good deal. And of course, like you said, that Conor Gallagher deal can finally get done. Chelsea will finally start kind of moving towards, I think they're gonna move towards getting Lukaku off and then going to Napoli. And then, of course, the Victor Osman deal is a big and I think complicated deal for Chelsea to try to do. Of course, because Victor Osman, he's going to come with $100 million price tag. And then, of course, as we saw with the Fabrizio update, it just seems like those wages are going to be a bit of a problem. He's on 240 million. I couldn't tell you if it's pounds or I think it's euros, but he's going to want maybe up towards 300. Getting close to that mark. It's going to be big for Chelsea to try to take on.
I mean, dude, that's the price. The price is the price. Like this quality, a world class striker, top 5 striker in the world. Like the fuck. What do you think? What else? What you think this is it? What do you think? What do you think it is? He went over, proved himself, bought a fucking title to Napoli, bro. Like, come on. And it's killing. So this is what it's gonna be. And you're Chelsea, you're a Premier League team, you're one of the big clubs. You think you finna pay me less than what? Come on. So
I think what's good in Chelsea's hands is that Napoli want to get rid of him. That helps a lot.
And they did him a solid by paying him.
Mm.
They did him a solid by paying him. So I think getting rid of the Lukaku contract, oh my gosh, I can't wait for that. You know what I'm saying? And just
I can't wait to see the financial package for this if it does get done.
dude, I wonder how much he'll go for. It'd probably be like 30, I think no more than 35.
Oh, for Lukaku?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, 30, 35, which is fine. because that is from what 3 coaches ago or some shit like that.
Yeah, he been needed it. And that was another thing with the Raheem Sterling thing. It's like Lukaku's kind of in the same boat. He came out publicly and said that he didn't like the tactics of
I mean,
Tuchel and
that's
things
what
like that.
he does, bro. Everywhere he goes, except
Yeah, he does.
I mean, so go over there, bro. You fucking ratings, man. Like, shit.
It was we'll see with the Victor Osman. It's those wages. It's I don't know. I don't know how
Dude,
Chelsea's gonna get it done.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm not being. I'm confident. I think we're gonna get it done though. I think
Mm,
time it'll be closer to the end of the.
transfer window.
Think so, but I think this gets done.
If it gets close to the transfer window, I could see it being. I could see Chelsea having a little bit more power in saying, "Can you could lower the price down to 70? You can lower the price down to 85. You can lower the price down here and there because they want to get rid of him, and he wants to come, but he just doesn't want to come for a loan, you know."
Right. Or pay cut.
And he doesn't want to pay cut. So Chelsea are going to pay those fat wages either way.
I mean,
They're going to pay those fat wages.
how much does 20 goals cost, bro? Like in the Prem.
Uh,
If you
well,
went
Erling Haaland isn't on that type of money. We know Erling Haaland is not on that type of money.
to
We
what's
know
what's he
City
on
are better than that.
two
What's up?
Erling gotta be like on a 200.
I can look at.
Look that up, please, sir.
Okay, Erling Haaland wages.
Gotta be.
Bruh, this can't be right.
Gotta be. Unless City getting jiggy like that. Uh
This
oh.
cannot be
Did we
right.
find another case on him?
Erling Haaland's getting paid 375,000 a week.
Bro, this shit costs money, bro. That's a 30 ball. That's a 30.
I did not know that.
Yeah, bro. That shit costs, bro.
375,000. I don't think we have anybody at United on that money. Casemiro's on like maybe 325.
Bro, pay that whatever that man want. If it's 250, 275, take that shit. Like, what are we doing? Raheem Sterling got already he has two something. Lukaku got two something. We got a few.
Mhm.
So if it's just
Yeah,
bro,
he's on Casemiro's on 350. The thing is, and this is my thing about Chelsea is there's no Champions League football, right? So it's like they're gonna be aware of like because financial fair play it's cracking down on people. It's cracking down on clubs. Not having Champions League football is detrimental to Chelsea. It's been detrimental to freaking United for years, right? Like we're on and off, boom, boom, boom. We might be in the Europa League, but like it's still not that Champions League money.
mhm.
I think offloading Lukaku, offloading Mano Boria, so a lot of other players, it should help in that regard. But I think overall I have to look at the final package on Victor Osman. I want to see what happens if it does happen. It's going to be very interesting. But when I was listening to Sky Cave, who, if you guys don't know who Cave is, he's like the only good reporter on Sky Sports. He's really good. He's really good. He really understands the sport really well. And that's what he was saying about Chelsea was it's, they don't want to pay the 100, 110, 120 price tag and then take on like
300.
300,000. Yeah, they don't really want to do that, which I can understand because Chelsea could go for somebody like Ivan Toney, right?
Sure.
I think Ivan Toney would be good for Chelsea because he is that penalty box striker. And he needs, and Sky Cave, he described it well. Chelsea needs somebody with a little bit of pizzazz in the box. They need somebody with like the character, the attitude, and Ivan Toney has it. So I'm really surprised you guys haven't looked at Ivan Toney. You might have a little bit of a gambling problem, but hey, I think it would be good for Chelsea. But 35 million for Chelsea would be great business. It'd be so good. But I understand why they would want Victor Osman. I completely understand.
And I see how they want to do it separately too.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I get it. And I think you do say we do do 100, pay him whatever.
Mm.
That initial deal, like if we stop doing what we're doing, I think we'll be okay under the FFP. But it's just the plans moving forward. Like let's stay away from that. Like we can do this, but then we're gonna have to kind of chill. We're gonna have to sell our ass off.
Yeah.
So let's just try to. I don't know, but I think it's gonna be a quiet deal. I believe we will get him, and I think it's gonna be
You
one of the.
you believe or you hoping?
I believe, bro. I think it's gonna be one of the most craziest deals, like complex deals we've seen with what we're doing as a club, doing something that hasn't been seen or done, and how to pull that off is gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be real interesting. I'm gonna be very interested to see how they do get that deal pulled off. I really do. I really want to see because I'm like I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna say it. I don't know if Chelsea have the money. I'm not sure.
No, we got it.
I'm not sure.
We got that bread, bro.
I'm. You might. I don't know if Todd Bowley comes in with 100 million plus 300,000 in fucking wages is a lot.
Hey, Todd Bowley gets busy. I didn't know the Dodgers had all that money, dog.
I understand that, but
I would-
like at the same time, it's like you're working in the strengths of FFP.
and then
Of course, Ineos can throw 80 million at Manchester United, but and we're not in a FFP situation
right.
at the moment.
Paul, you can do so much more. This is why the shit rigged, bro. Like not rigged, but you can do so much more to bring it in versus like in American sports, a lot of it's kind of set. Like this is what it is. Like your outside business ventures and all that stuff, that ain't got to do with what you got going on in this
Mm-hmm.
versus
Mm-hmm.
you can kind of do that. You know what I'm saying? You can pull from anywhere. And I feel like that's where City, a lot of teams get in trouble and like what City's doing, bro. Like that shit coming from everywhere, bro. Everywhere. And I told you on the phone, who else? Like Bowley, if he's like the Blue Lake shit, but also what else that man got his hands in? Like in the music company, bro. Like record label, like big
But
invest.
I mean, Key, not a lot of people can afford Victor Osman. Not a lot of. I mean, PSG pulled out
True.
because of the wages and because of his price.
And I think they wanted a new approach. New approach and like them getting him what it would have done. But just I think with how this sport is, with what I've seen, how you can just do all these tricks and manipulations and pull money from fucking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sell some fucking lemonade, get it shaking. Not shaking, but just do these funny things, man. I think with this Chelsea thing is it's interesting, like learning. It's some of that shit's more out like in the forefront now to everybody. Like, oh, they can do this, they can do that. Now, will we do the 100 and 300? Hell no, I don't think that's happening. That's not gonna happen.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think Chelsea has that money.
I think they got the bread. They just don't want to
I,
do it.
I don't think. I don't know. And it's not if your club can't pay 100 million plus 300,000 in wages, that doesn't mean your club is poor.
No, not at all. It's
Nah,
want to do after like moving forward, and it's like, damn, we can't. We got to sit tight for a while. Probably get players for like 10, 15, 20. You know what I'm saying?
they're paying wages for 45 fucking players at the
45
moment.
other players.
That's it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's madness. I mean, if you look at how the club is run at the moment, unless you guys pay in installments, which aren't y'all doing that with Enzo?
I'm pretty sure we have to be. I'd fucking hope so.
Because then at that point, it's like, okay, then you can kind of save it on. I believe you can save it on FFP at that point. At that point, because of course, like I said, Ineos can throw whatever. Like Ineos own an F1 team. Like they can throw whatever into Manchester United and make things happen. Of course, we're trying to work. And United are a broke club. They are very broke. We can't even pay, the money for Agate. We can't even pay. I don't even know how the hell we can pay the money for Sander Burge for 30 million. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I guess at the end of the day, we're gonna see.
And
We're gonna see with Victor.
yeah, it's gonna be something different, man. But I'm here for it. And if they don't sign him, they can sign you, and then you could just start for us.
Uh,
I'm pretty sure you'll be a little more effective than.
oh, the Nico Jackson.
Yeah, yeah. You look good in blue, by the way, my boy.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah,
This is Ranger Blue for
yeah.
anybody that is not
This is
anybody's listening to Spotify. This is not Chelsea Blue. This is Rangers
what I
Blue
got on the
in
blue.
Scotland. Okay. We'll end it off with Manchester United. Their transfer negotiations or transfer talks, whatever. Palestri is headed to Panathinaikos in Greece. I don't really 100% agree with this, but if Eric Ten Hag is just not feeling Palestri. I mean, Palestri starts on my in my football manager. I mean, I like him a lot. I think he's a good player. Panathinaikos, they're getting a really good player for very, very cheap. I think it's under 5 million. I mean, it's ridiculous.
True.
Ridiculous money. Um Man, thank you for everything you've done for the club, but I mean, you do deserve to start as a right winger. You're really good. Uh Hannibal Mabry is probably he's looking at a loan or not a loan, a permanent deal of Burnley. Hannibal Mabry he's not as good as unfortunately the youth player in that position that has had it locked down is Kobe Mainu, unfortunately. So yeah, he's gone. I guess Hannibal's going for a loan to buyout option. So yes, Manuel Ugarte, the biggest news right now is Manuel Ugarte. We're moving towards a loan and an obligation to buy. What a lot of United fans are thinking is that PSG are like, okay, we're going to give you the loan with an obligation to buy, but it's still going to be 60 million. So they're trying to kind of cheap us a little bit. The man is not worth 60 million. When you guys bought Di Maria from us, we bought Di Maria for like, I think we bought him for about 60 or 70 million, and then we sold him to you guys for like 45. It's because over that year he was with us, he deteriorated in value. He didn't want to be here, so we had to get rid of him. It's the same thing with Ugarte. It's like the dude didn't play well for a year. You guys want to get rid of him. Why do we need to pay 60 million? And then you're going to give him to us with an obligation to buy, and you're still going to put a 60 million price tag. Yeah, I believe in Ineos to be like, we need something a little bit less. If it's 50, it's 50. That's fine. I'll take the 50 million. I think maybe 45 to 50. I get it.
Yeah.
But I heard it could possibly go down to 51, and they're like, no, still. PSG trying to take us for a ride for Emmanuel Ugarte. It's easy to see that, but I do see a loan with an obligation to buy happening with Manchester United because his super agent is involved. He's really trying to get the deal done. He wants his own payday. I believe that this deal is going to happen. What we're going to pay is going to be very interesting. I don't know what you think about this Emmanuel Ugarte deal.
I think they're gonna try to wait it out, try to get all they can get from you guys, because you guys it is a position of need at the same time.
It is, yeah. And PSG probably understand that.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then of course you got the agent factor, but just the loan deal with the 60, and it's like, bro, there's more time that's came off that contract.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So naturally it should decrease, but the fact that poor form, I could see 50 ball, like you're saying, 45, 50, but 60 off the loan, that's
crazy.
Yay.
A loan to obligation to buy would definitely give Manchester United another year to get the money from somewhere. So that's where we're at with this deal. It looks like it's probably going to go to the very last day of the transfer window, because the closer it gets, a little bit more power Manchester United have to be like, okay, look, he wants to go. Like, let's figure it out. Like, if it's 45, let's just do it. Scott McTominay is not going to Fulham. Scott, just leave.
He's going nowhere, bro.
Just leave. Like, Scott McTominay is a good goal scorer when he's in the box, but everything else he's just not good at. Scott, just go. Like, they want 30 million for you. Fulham want 30 million for you. Napoli want 30 million for you. I don't know. Just leave. Can y'all, I don't know, sell somebody to Napoli and Napoli buy somebody from Napoli so we can just get the money for Scott McTominay. I am just so sick of him and not going.
When if it's like tie game or down 0-1, About 15 minutes left. Just press that Scott McTominay button, bro.
and he's in.
That's all you got to Kurt. What's so bad about that, bro?
What's so bad about it is
You know,
it's just it's not sustainable. Like it's just not sustainable. I mean, the goal that Xerxes scored, it looked like Scott McTominay was right
it
there.
was there. Bro.
He's right there.
Yeah.
He's just not a good his position, he's just not good in his position. He's holding up wages. He has a little bit of price because he scored 10 goals in the Premier League. We need a CDM. We need money. Scott McTominay has a value. Leave. Like Napoli, if it's Napoli, holy God, you went to Napoli? Scott McTominay went to Napoli?
With Billy G.
With Billy Gilmore and you're in Italy? You're in Naples? This is crazy. You're eating the best pasta?
He's trying to sell him, y'all. He's trying to sell him. He's literally trying.
I would hate it if Napoli would just pay $35 million for Scott McTominay.
Shit.
We need Scott every game of the week. We need Scott. We need Scott every weekend. Napoli, please don't come in with a bid.
Bro, that boy ain't going no. I don't need no.
I don't know. In the worst part, Key, is the next thing that I have on my notes.
And you know what's funny? You're wearing a Rangers kit, man. Do you think anybody back from the crib? You know what I'm saying?
Come on. I don't know if Rangers has the money.
Oh no.
But it'd be great. But the worst part about it, Key, is what I have next. Napoli are looking at Sophie and Amrabat.
So what happened with that, bro?
He was a $10 million loan. He's waiting for Manchester United to come back and get him. He's even like training in Manchester United shorts on a Peloton.
Y'all gonna sell that boy?
No, he should come back to Manchester United. He should come back. I think I like Sophie and Amrabat, and I think I've said it on Cul de Sac football before. I think that the reason why I like Sophie and Amrabat so much is I did see some good things from him from Manchester United, but also like he's doing well on my Football Manager. Maybe I'm getting a little confused with the digital guy versus the real guy, you know? I like Sophie and Amrabat.
You got a soft spot for him. Always have, bro.
Yeah.
It's cool. We all have those, bro.
We all have them. Him, Manuel Ugarte, I think would be a beautiful midfield. Napoli are looking at him now. If they get him, that's completely the nail in the coffin for Scott McTominay leaving this year. Let's go. Look, Scott, if you can find a move, go. Please go. Like, we need you so we can buy Manuel Ugarte. Like, that's the big thing I didn't know that the big thing that I didn't mention. We need him so he can go. Like, we need him so he can go and we can get Manuel Ugarte. Like, we need him to go so we can get the money because it's pure profit, as we talked about last episode. Around the league, Sander Berge is going to Fulham, so that means Scott McTominay is not going to Fulham. Weird. Keith, this next story. I want to hear your immediate thoughts of this. Weird, but it's crazy, and it's like, damn, he's back. Ilkay Gundogan back to City. It's looking like it's about to happen.
Unfair. It was I don't know how much he had back on his contract or if it, you know what I'm saying? That shit was lined up. It was lined up.
Yeah.
Because I heard that, oh yeah, Pep already said, yeah, bro, come on back home, my boy.
I thought it was weird when he went to Barcelona. I was like, that's okay. Barcelona, it would be a good club for him. I don't know what happened at Barcelona. I meant to look that up and see because I didn't watch much Barcelona. Or I watched a little bit of Real Madrid, but I didn't watch Barcelona at all in La Liga. So I don't know what the situation was there with Ilkay Gundogan and just the Barcelona setup. So it looks like he's coming back to Manchester City on a free.
Definitely coming. That's crazy.
My man went on a loan. They got money for him, and then he went on a loan. Like that's that, and then he's back. Like that's
them boys cooking, man. Them boys be.
Yeah, that's Oh my goodness. So Gundogan's probably back
Oh,
for
he's back.
Chelsea, for City, and that just makes him even more dangerous because he is a wonderful footballer.
Even Tony Cruz tweeted. He was like, "What? Like,
Hmm.
what do you mean?"
What is going on? Liverpool are about to sign a goalkeeper. They're about to sign a goalkeeper that nobody cares about.
Hmm.
Um, Carlos Soler is headed to West Ham from PSG. I think this is a good deal.
I'm cooking, bro.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow, Carlos Soler is a good midfielder. I think he's going to West Ham. I think this is a really good deal for West Ham. When I saw it, I was like, "Wow, this is really good," and I think he's going to do well for West Ham. So that is the transfers lined up. Unless I missed anything within the Premier League, I'm pretty sure I didn't miss too much.
dude, with all these moves, man, I think just like last year, that mid table is gonna be fucking. Oh, it's gonna be brutal. It's
It's
gonna be
going to be tough.
dog fights, dog. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be tough. Oh, by the way, yeah, Lukaku is looking. He's very close to going to Napoli. It's getting right there. It's getting right there. Julian Alvarez has been announced as a Atletico player. Oh, Eddie Nketiah is going to Nottingham Forest. It's in the final stages with Arsenal. Again, same thing with Armando Broya. Nketiah, I think Nketiah is better than Broya, but I don't know if he's a top six striker. I never believed that in him. He's a good player, but not that good. And real quick, on on par with Ilkay Gundogan, all documents in place between Manchester City and Barca for Ilkay Gundogan deal. Gundogan is to leave Barcelona's salary for the next 2 years in order to return to Manchester City as a free
Yeah.
agent. He dipped out of the wages.
He said you can have that shit. Oh my gosh. Oh,
How much do you think he was making?
probably
At, and now Barcelona are legit like a
probably,
broke club. Like,
dude. They're about to come out with like the Post Malone kit next week. They're gonna have a fucking
hold on.
bro.
I need to put Barcelona wages. He was making 140 at Manchester City. There's no way he was making that much at City. I don't believe. I mean, at Barcelona, I don't believe that.
Or two.
I don't believe that he was making 300,000 a week at Barcelona.
They do bad business. They are nothing but bad business. Okay. That's why
He just walked out on 600,000 a week to come back to City on a free.
hey man, that tells you something. What's going on at that club, bro?
Wow. There must have really been. And look, I know we might sound a little bit naive on what happened between. If there's somebody that watches La Liga in the comments, let us know, because this is crazy to hear this. Crazy to hear this. I mean, I'm trying to do the math right now. Like, it's
Okay, had that shit.
you can have that shit. Or not six. So over the next 2 years, $300,000.
That's striker money, bro.
Dude,
That's some. I mean, he like that.
he's a dog.
Shit. And he about to go to City for what? About on some solid shit, about like a little 150.
That would be so crazy if he went there and took such a salary reduction. That would be madness. I'm doing the math right now. Oh, I did the wrong.
Boys have done some business.
Yeah.
With Julian Alvarez.
He walked out on $7.2 million.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And you know what? I respect him for it because you know what? He's if he especially if he takes a massive salary reduction to go back to City, he just wants to play football, and I
He's
respect it
already
completely.
done everything, man. You
Mhm,
know, that guy's done complete resume. You know,
mhm. Respect him a lot for that. Man, yo, that was almost a that was an hour and 36-minute podcast. Yo, you guys got everything in that. Um, Yo, my name is Curtis. I am a Manchester United fan. You can follow me on Twitter at Cali from the Dojo. I'm also a video game journalist, so you're going to see a lot of video game stuff on there. You can follow our parent YouTube channel, which is the Seoul Dojo. We have a great video on there from Niall about Wii Sports and him going through all the sports and him basically reviewing them. It's a funny video. It's about 20 minutes long. You guys would love it. This has been Keenan Brown. He's on Twitter. We know he's on Twitter.
I'm on a little bit, man. I'm on a little bit. We're getting there, bro.
At KBino21 makes you guys, if you're on Spotify, at KBino21, man.
Just
And
still go off. I'm gonna be on that motherfucker tweeting. You gonna see me on? I'm gonna come back.
make sure you guys follow us on X, Cul de Sac Footy. Make sure you guys subscribe to Cul de Sac Football on YouTube because we got the YouTube channel. You guys are seeing us with the Blue Kids, both Rangers, Chelsea. I'm gonna say Manchester United for some reason. Chelsea, of course. What if we did an episode in swapped kits?
See, I see. I knew you were gonna say some dumb ass.
That'd be ridiculous. Next week, big games. We'll be back next week, or probably the week after. At some point, we'll be back talking about some great football stuff. Key, anything else before we get off the air?
I got nothing, brother. I got nothing. I'm gonna sit back, just watch the feeds and see what happens and enjoy the footy, man. That's all I got, bro.
That's
That's
all
all.
we can do.
Yeah.
Enjoy the football. Enjoy the football. All right, guys. We'll check you guys later. Peace.